He's in such a good position that he can just transfer and work it into the gap. That's what makes him such a good player. It's about the base. More Western players who are not used to these conditions tend to lunge, and they cannot alter the stride. 39 for 2.
Nature wants everyone to have their own shelter, whether it's a stylish designer home or a conversation-filled duplex. At PNB Housing, with easy online access, doorstep delivery, and an amazingly friendly service, the door to your dream home opens easier with us. PNB Housing Finance.
A lot of experience, calmness. The ICC poll question for you today: who will win the Under-19 Cricket World Cup? Yeah, fair call. India have looked the most complete team so far. 46%. But after yesterday's performance, don't write the West Indies off. One of the pre-tournament favourites, though, crashed in the quarter-final. The big fan of that team. England. Paul Allott is next to me.
Well, I never made them pre-tournament favourites, I'll tell you that. They struggle in the subcontinent, struggle against spin bowlers, struggle on these sort of pitches. And we saw them struggle badly in the quarter-final. They didn't have their game head on. They were put in... Well, they batted first and struggled badly. I don't agree with India either being so far out as favourites. They've not been tested in this tournament as yet. They've beaten Ireland, New Zealand, Nepal, Namibia, hardly top flight teams, and that's no disrespect.
Very true, Paul. I think it's an even tournament. Even the next semi-final, with the two fast bowlers the West Indies have, it's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, I mean, these conditions are sort of slightly green tinge to the pitch, there's a bit of moisture about. The first hour is a tricky hour to bat. Sri Lanka exploited those conditions really well. India have battled hard. It's 42 for 2 now.
हमारे इंडियन वैल्यूज क्या बात है कर लो कोई हमें इंटरप्ट करे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं
वैकुंठ हॉल फर्स्ट राइट लीजिए और
नहीं आप यू टर्न लीजिए पापा
एक मिनट
पर टीवी देखते वक्त क्या हो जाता है इंडियन वैल्यूज को अब नहीं होगा क्योंकि वीडियोकॉन D2H में है अनलिमिटेड रिकॉर्डिंग। टीवी को पॉज करो, प्रेम से इंटरप्ट हो जाओ और सिर्फ ₹1 में इंडियन वैल्यूज को मेंटेन रखो। वीडियोकॉन D2H फॉर इंडियन वैल्यूज।
I tell you what, Russell, I think Sri Lanka gained an awful lot of confidence from the way they played against England. They've been beaten by Pakistan in the group stage, but all their confidence came back. Bowling first, not by choice, but by design, design of England, who wanted to bat first. And the way they bowled must have given them great confidence. And then the way they chased down that total.
Yes, for sure. But of course, well aware that India are different opposition when it comes to playing spin. Changes the equation, but Sri Lanka is very confident with this one.
Well, I'll ask you a question, Russell. Why, if they're going to put the opposition in, do they only play two seamers, knowing full well that India are so adept against spin? Spin is obviously Sri Lanka's strength in the bowling department.
There are quite a few all-rounders in that team, so they do pick themselves as batsmen. But you're spot on there. Well, we were just talking them up and their effort. In the morning I was told they're playing the extra seamer. And when you say an extra seamer, you usually would think it's the third or fourth seamer. Not so.
But what they can do now, of course, is capitalise on the quick bowlers' efforts. It's 44 for 2. They can rattle through the overs with the spinners. The spinners on immediately onto a good length and line. They've conceded just 10 runs in 4 overs. Hasaranga and Nimesh.
Key wicket. Key wicket. He's taking his time. Good sign for India.
India going at less than 3.5.
It doesn't matter. This pitch will get better for batting. And if the likes of Sarfaraz Khan is still there, he can do a lot of damage. He's a star in the IPLs. So you relate that to this situation. You need to see the back of him as a Sri Lankan team. Because he can do that. That's a classy shot. Not a shot in anger, just pure timing.
Yes, Sarfaraz will look to try and dominate. Anything slightly offline or fractionally short, he will punish it. Consistent scores through this tournament. Looks very well organised. He's 2 74s and a 76 and a 21 not out so far in this under-19 World Cup.
Sri Lanka very confident for the simple reason, though they lost to India in the Tri-Nation in December, they pushed India. They feel they're getting better and better. 50 for India in the 16th over.
Yes, India dominated that Tri-Series tournament in Sri Lanka. They beat England. They obviously won it by beating Sri Lanka in the final. Awful trouble there. Sarfaraz getting 4 paces down. It's going to be referred to the third umpire. I think Sarfaraz has got back. I don't think there's any great excitement in the Sri Lankan camp.
The wicketkeeper got his gloves in front of the stumps. It does take time when you bring it back. Direct hit was the only chance. Hasaranga was quick to get rid of it.
Yeah, he's well in. Well in, but was never a single on. It was the last ball of the over, and Sarfaraz looking to pinch the strike. Never a good idea.
Should have left it. Direct hit would have got to the stumps quicker. 50 for 2 after 16.
Perhaps a little bit closer than we first thought, that run out. Fernando and Kamara, excellent figures. I still feel that they could have had another over each. 7 and 6 would have been 13 overs perhaps.
Yeah, in these conditions for sure.
Especially when you've only got 2 seamers in your lineup, and especially, as you say, Russell, when the conditions are as they are.
He's quietly finding his length, Hasaranga. Just the 5 fielders in the circle, no slip in place. So more a defensive mindset from Sri Lanka.
Just got back. The last ball of the last over, Sarfaraz. Got a chunky build as Sarfaraz. Look a lot more comfortable against the spin of Sri Lanka, well organised on Malpreet and Sarfaraz. Quick on the feet, and that's beautifully played. Picked his gap behind square, and that'll run away for 4. It was only fractionally short and fractionally wide. Excellent shot.
3 dot balls. Got it up there, Hasaranga. Probably fearing that the batsman might come at him. Adjusted that length. Quick on his feet. He's looking good.
Well, they both like to stay. Yeah, they both like to stay leg side of the ball, from what I can see, especially when they're facing the leg spin. Hasaranga. Again there, even though he went back to middle stump, still had plenty of time and a little bit of room to play that in the offside.
Come on.
Looking to play the spinners off the back foot.
I've seen that's the way to play. And again, and even that he made look pretty easy. 17 overs gone, drinks will come on, and it's 54 for 2.
It's just a fast food. You cannot afford to like me.
हर सेकेंड एक्शन, क्योंकि ये है ले पंगा। स्टार स्पोर्ट्स प्रो कबड्डी हर शाम 7:50 पर।
I know exactly what hairstyle I'm going to give him, but he doesn't know yet. Why don't we do something very chic?
हिंदी में बोलना।
Blonde mohawk.
पत्थर मारेंगे रोड पे लोग।
Captain साहब को इतना stress नहीं देते. What about the Mahi look? It won you the ICC World T20.
अरे नहीं।
Try it for your fans.
आप भी अपनी तैयारी कर लो. T20 cricket's biggest show comes to India with the ICC World T20, March 2016.
मैडम तो तैयार है, और आप क्या तैयारी करोगे?
A team that bid adieu to its legends is up against a team that is counting on experience in an epic T20 series. Paytm T20 Trophy, India versus Sri Lanka. First T20 today at 6:30 p.m. live on the Star Sports Network and Hotstar.
India put into bat by Sri Lanka, 54 for 2 after 17 overs. Pretty good start by Sri Lanka's bowlers. Plenty of cricket around Bangladesh wherever you go, whether it's on the streets, in the squares, in the malls, on the railways. There's always a game going on.
That's where it all starts. And then it's the stage, the Under-19 World Cup.
Yeah, the Under-19 World Cup going really well here, having some fascinating games, none more so than this semi-final between Sri Lanka and India. India have won this tournament 3 times, 2000, 2008, 2012. Many people's favourites for them to win again in 2016. That's the sort of reaction you get when you become a World Cup winner at under-19 level. Another pitch invasion and more delight for India, beating Australia. Really good performances in the past from India, but now we're firmly in the present, and India not having everything their own way. They're still favoured by you, the viewers, to be World Cup winners come Sunday. Got to get through this game first, though. Sri Lanka pushing them hard in the first 17 overs.
Changing the bowling. Damita Silva replacing Tilan Nimesh. Left arm spinner too, but bowls with a different angle, not as wide as Tilan Nimesh goes on the crease.
Well, plenty of variety in Sri Lanka's bowling build-up here and make-up. Got two slow left-armers, they've got a leg break bowler, off-break bowler, and they've got the ambidextrous Mendes, who can bowl both. Slow left-arm and off-breaks, haven't seen him yet.
And he'll be useful today with the short boundary. He could change the style of bowling depending on what the batsman's trying to do. He's shown a lot of control with both hands.
I do like the way that these two batsmen are playing against the spinners, though. They look assured and they look calm. They've got a good method. Either play back and stay in the crease, or when they do use their feet, they're light on them, they move quickly to the pitch of the ball, don't look to overhit, thinking about hitting 4s and 6s, but managed to steer the ball into the gaps. We got to the benefit of umpire cam today, first time in the tournament. There it is, discreetly attached to the umpire's hat, and that's the view, umpire's view from the bowler's end.
Lucky cam, it's got shades on as well. It's 56 for 2.
Come on.
56 for 2 from 18 India, and this partnership just starting to gather a little momentum. Nicely played again to the left side. They'll think about 2 but stay at 1. Rohan's alongside me now. A little calmer, Rohan, now, do you think? Both you and the Indian team?
Definitely. Well, it's got the spinners in play now. The pitch had a bit in it for the seamers early on, and they're out of the attack. And this is just the sort of bowling that the Indians are in their comfort zone with. It's not to say that it's easy against the Sri Lankan spinners.
Oh, what a good shot that is. There's wide open spaces on the leg side. Wide of long on. And just be checked by the umpire. No, it's gone for 4. 1 bounce 4. Very close to the boundary.
And again, just got the front leg out of the way. You knew exactly where you wanted to hit that.
Gone again, this time out towards mid-wicket, and 4 more. So Sarfaraz just starting to open his shoulders now. He really is one of the jewels in India's crown. Youngest player ever to play in the IPL, and he's showing the skills that got him there.
Well, this time he goes a lot squarer. Just has a ability to pick the gaps. He's young, but he's got experience. Has played over 30 games for India at the under-19 level, so he's using that experience to good effect over here.
Maybe a sign of things to come in this innings from that over. Sarfaraz in control. 66 for 2. No hesitation this morning from the Sri Lankan captain in putting India in. plenty of time to think about what they were going to do when they won the toss, and I think the right decision was made, indicated by these 2 wickets in the first 10 overs. Pant, one of the stars of the Indian side. And then the captain, who got bogged down and showed his frustration there, trying to hit that wide ball. Look good against the spinners though, Ryan, don't they, these two? Very well organised.
That's a mental thing. Are just a lot more comfortable against the spinners, and it brings out the confidence in them. They're not edgy. And on a surface like this, you know, you're more worried about the seamers. So when the seamers are not bowling, you just think, yeah, I'll have a bit of this, I'll have a bit of the spinners. Arman Jafar, next man in.
He's becoming an ever-present at these games at Mirpur. Can't sure what that's all about.
That's a mixture between some Sufi singing and rock and roll, AC/DC right there.
I've seen you with your headphones on in the back of the box. Yeah, leg stump and swept and full as well. 20 gone, 68 for 2. So what are you listening to then at the back of the box? Are they motivational tapes, or is it a little bit of music, Ryan?
Well, I had a bit of Def Leppard going on back there. Old school.
A good old rock and roll for Gavaskar then.
Left arm round. Adile.
Lovely play again, just a little nudge into the leg side.
Come on, Labai!
Well, that's just sensible cricket at the moment. Just picking the 1s and 2s.
Partnership building, 43 from 68. It's just quiet, it's just good from India's point of view. No great spin in this pitch. So shouldn't be too worried about what may come later. That's concentration for you. The Murali eyes, they were. He used to stare the batsman down in delivery, wide-eyed.
Well, there are quite a few of those generation spinners who had the attitude of a quick bowler. Shane Warne, Murali, Anil Kumble.
Four steady singles from that over, 72 for 2. Enthusiastic little crowd in. Expect more for the Bangladesh semi-final. They'll be packing them in then. We had between, well, certainly over 10,000 in for the quarter-final. Day after tomorrow in Mirpur will be the second semi-final. Bangladesh against the West Indies. West Indies might bowl well on one of these pitches. Delicate, beautifully played with a straight bat as well behind square, and time to perfection for 4 more. So simple.
That's a top shot. Just waited for the ball to come. Time of impact ball. Have a look at that. It just waits for the ball to come and then chops it.
Maybe your dad. Similar build, short in stature. Exquisite shot play. Back with the square. 1,000 runs in under-19 ODIs, not many get there. The 4th Indian to do so. It really is an achievement in under-19 ODIs. More scampering, it's good cricket. Elements of Rahul Dravid in this partnership as well. A little bit of calmness. Serenity. They've put on 50 now in 74 balls without too much alarm.
But Paul, you mentioned elements of Rahul Dravid. I think Rahul Dravid has been keen to emphasize with these youngsters that a 50-over game is not just about 4s and 6s. You've still got to get the 1s and 2s, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Picking up the singles, just keeping the scoreboard ticking.
The decision not to go in the end. Yeah, it's been an object lesson in how to build a partnership. This when you were in trouble. There we go. There was a thought of a single here, but good decision to get back in your ground. 78 for 2. Warming up a little out there. Impromptu drink for the batsman. Most runs in this tournament. Jack Burnham of England, 309. Dan Lawrence there. Sarfaraz Khan moving up the list. He's in 3rd place. Panting 4th. He'll have to wait for the next game to improve on that. Sarfaraz going nicely.
It's been a team performance from India right up to now in terms of batting. You've got Pant and Sarfaraz doing the bulk of the scoring, as was evident by that list, both in the top 5 run scorers of the competition. But then you've got other batsmen who've chipped in with 40s and 50s when they've needed to. They may not have been as consistent when the teams needed them to get a score. They've done that.
Yeah, this is, as I say, the first test I think that India have really faced in this Under-19 World Cup. Got to go back a long time as well to Sri Lanka winning at Under-19 level against India in a World Cup. I think they've only won one game, and that was back in 1988, years and years ago. It's kept low and turned a little. maybe a sign of things to come.
Delay, come on, delay.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're an Indian spinner, you'd be encouraged with that. It's kept low, good turn.
Four off that over, 82 for 2.
राहुल कभी रुकने का प्लान है?
आज
प्रपोज कर रहे हो?
हाँ।
ना 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 ना, आज स्पेशल डे है ना? डियो नहीं, कुछ स्पेशल लगाओ।
फॉग का सेंट?
पेश है फॉग सेंट, स्पेशल मौकों के लिए खास फॉग सेंट।
Just laying a good foundation for the lower order batsmen.
Well ball.
Good use of his feet from Sarfaraz.
Come on, Lamai.
Isn't afraid to come down the track and get to the pitch of the ball. The fact here that he can use his feet to the spinners and also play the sweep shot well. That puts a little bit of pressure on the spinners.
Yeah, hello Rohan, hello everyone. Of course, it makes you have to change constantly your length and your line and be very meticulous with your field. That's such a hallmark of the great players generally, but more so the great subcontinental batsmen.
Come on, Lamai, come on.
It's different playing the spins than what we saw with the seam.
Come on.
Well, that's Sarfaraz against the spinners, so you can see he's used his feet well. He's gone down the track.
Oh, yeah, good ball.
What I also like in that graphic is that there's a lot of dot balls. So often you see batsmen going down the track and they feel they've got to play an attacking shot, even though they may not be to the pitch.
84 for 2.
Come on.
Just reading an article from Sri Lanka's coach last night, he compared this team to the one I think that was led by Dinesh Chandimal, the one that Chandimal was involved in a few years ago. Was that 08 World Cup? And he said he felt that there was more talent in this World Cup squad, Sri Lanka's World Cup squad, than Chandimal's. He's not saying that Chandimal did not have a talented team, but he felt that there was even more talent in this lineup. There were 4 or 5 guys in that 2008 squad, Rohan, that are playing right now for Sri Lanka. I feel this team shows that Sri Lanka have a bright future.
I was just going to say, if the coach feels this is a more talented squad, definitely got a bright future. And we've seen that. There have been quite a few players from the Sri Lankan team who've been impressed, who you feel could be ready for international cricket.
Good over, just 2 off it, 86 for 2. Current run rate would get India to 172. They need something between 4 to 6 runs per over at least. Closer to 6 and maybe more if they can to get around that 240 that you felt was necessary.
Well, that's why I thought it was a good toss to win. And the right decision. But this was a 4-day game. You'd want to bat first. You'd want to play out the first star and then get a big score on board. But in a 50-over game, if it's the first 10 or 12 overs that you've got to play out, you've basically played 20% of your overs, which means that the opposition get the full complement of 50 overs to have a bat on a good pitch, while you're batting the first 10 overs on a pitch where you're trying to defend rather than attack and score runs, and that's an advantage.
That was a good shot there, that last one. He just stood tall and with a vertical bat punched it literally through mid-wicket.
It's been a good over so far. He needs to finish it off. Just 3 off it.
Come on, Lamai.
They've run well. They've run well these two. And Mulpreet Sarfaraz, 90 for 2. Greater scoring, still under 4 runs per over though, so Sri Lanka won't be too disappointed. Nice shot. How do you see the phases of this Indian batting going? We're now into the 27th over.
Well, I think these two need to bat at least the 35th or the 38th over. You've got players who can come down the order and play the big shots. We've seen that. So these two, in the next 10 overs, if they can add another 45. And we're seeing this. There's a bit in it for the spinners. We've seen a couple of little risky blows, a couple of bounce, there's a bit of turn. And when you see that, you've got to reevaluate what you think would be a good score. They get 2. 220 might be a good score. But if they have to get to 220, they've got to bat between 4 and 6 and over, and to do so, You've got to have wickets in hand.
That literally could have gone straight up in the air. So often you see that. Instead, it's peeled off the top edge and raced down to behind the keeper for 4.
Well, as I always say, rather be lucky than skillful. Now, Sarfaraz is skillful and he's got a bit of luck. That's a lethal combination.
Just love the body language, and I said that when they played Namibia. They could have been complacent against Namibia, India. They weren't. The body language of Sarfaraz and company was calm, expressionless, in the moment, not joking around and being overly relaxed at the crease. 98 for 2. School kids are in.
Well ball. Hey mate. Silla. Come on, Labai.
It's always good to see the kids at the ground.
Come on.
See Sarfaraz having a chat with the ump.
He was just asking the umpire Sarfaraz if he could get a drink. The 100 comes up for India. And they'll want to at least double that. Come on. Maybe 1.5.
Well, they should at least double that because...
Sweetly hit. Oh, what a stroke from Sarfaraz. First 6 of the match, brings up his half century as well.
Magnificent shot. It's not an easy shot to play. 4th half century for Sarfaraz in this tournament. Inside out. And he's timed it oh so sweetly. He's hit that shot and he's saying, where's my drink? Where's that drink that I asked for? He's got 350s before that. This one, he'll be hoping to convert into a figure innings.
That's fantastic, isn't it? The use of the feet, get a single after a boundary a couple of balls ago. That red line is that 6.
Come on, Labai.
He's been very, very impressive in this tournament. So ball 9 of the over. Drinks coming on for Sarfaraz. It's 107 for 2. Well, Sarfaraz Khan, 51 of 63 deliveries, has paced his innings really well. Anmolpreet playing his 2nd game of the tournament, 29. It's been a good partnership worth 80. India were in the spot of bother, 27 for 2 at one stage. Kamindu Mendis. Right arm and left arm spin. ambidextrous.
Come on, Labai. Nee. Ravi. Come on, Labai.
When he's bowling left arm, and that's probably because you've got two right-handers at the crease.
Yeah, good call of weight. The critical thing from a personal standpoint for Sarfraz is to get past 76. Get out the 70s if he gets there. He's got 74, 74 and 76 in this tournament. Hit that well enough. That takes him to 55.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Ian. It's not the nervous 90s for him, it's the slippery 70s. Well, that's where he slips. When I say slips, that's when he gets out. So he'll be probably a bit more nervous in the 70s. But if he bats like this, have a look at this. If he bats like this, he shouldn't be nervous, he shouldn't be worried about anything. Just focus on that ball, on that delivery, the next delivery.
Oh, lovely. that was a change of shot there. We hear so often in the modern game with T20s that Daryl Cullinan said it yesterday, you've got to have more than one option in your mind.
Come on. Looks
to get forward, went to swing and then said no.
Excellent late cut.
Run.
They've run well. Bit of a misfield. Oh, good running. Good running. They've just stolen a single here.
He's been puffing a little bit, Sarfraz. He's run so much in this innings. Place that in the gap. Does this mean that Sarfraz thinks it's time to accelerate the innings? 117 for 2. Yeah, he's run so much and he's run well. And he's pulling in some big ones at the moment. Sarfraz said to me when I interviewed him against Namibia at the halfway mark, he got 76. He said, I'm so disappointed not to get 100. I know my team is benefiting from my runs, but I want 100. I want to carry on, he said. Russell Arnold's here.
That's the next part of his development, making those big runs, even for himself. We know how powerful he is and what damage he can do, but best players are able to give you big hundreds. And now it's not big hundreds. Now it's even up to 200s, as Rohit Sharma is showing consistently.
Dropped it. No, you can't put those down. You work hard every day at catching.
Hasaranga. A dolly.
Come on.
Well, the game falling away for the Sri Lankans. It's a time that they need to lift. There was a misfield in the previous over where the batsman stole 2. Drop chance. Yes, a partnership is building, but that's when you look to create something in the field.
Come on, Labai.
Russell, there's such comfort by these two batsmen against the spin. Do you go back to a seamer sometime soon?
Yeah, I was just gonna go there. Loose ball. Put down the previous ball. Now rubbing it in. Go pick it up, he says. 123 for 2. Umpire can giving us a close-up of what's happening out there. Both umpires having the cam on. Poor end to the over. India going along very nicely. Well, you've got your wish, Bish. 6 and over 243. If Sri Lanka don't pick up wickets, it's going to be more than that for sure. Because there's firepower. Partnership building. The fielding falls away. Don't you see that time and time again? That's the time you dig deep. Asitha Fernando into the attack. Bish, just going back to the question you asked, whether you'd go back to the faster bowlers. Now, Sri Lanka has done that. But I think Sri Lanka have blown the early advantage by not attacking India. There was only 11 overs of pace bowled early. 9.2 overs when Sarfaraz came in, and we all know he was the wicket Sri Lanka needed. 10 balls later, it was spin and defensive field placings. The 5 fielders in the circle, no catchers in place. And by experience, not only at under 19 level, but also in international level,
that is good bowling. Good bowling indeed. Good change of bowling too. Big wicket.
Just trying to get to the point that the Sri Lankans have blown it. Sarfaraz has blown it. Sri Lanka had nowhere to go. Go to Asitha Fernando. He was huffing and puffing, and the big shots were coming out. Relief for the Sri Lankans. They're seeing the back of Sarfaraz, who's batted brilliantly once again. 59. India 123 for 3.
A team that bid adieu to its legends is up against a team that is counting on experience in an epic T20 series. Paytm T20 Trophy, India versus Sri Lanka. First T20 today at 6:30 p.m. live on the Star Sports Network and Hotstar.
El Presidente is at the crease. Washington Sundar, named after P.D. Washington by his father, a gentleman who passed away just before his birth. No slip in place. Gotta have a slip in place for Washington Sundar. New to the crease. Come on, Fernando. Sri Lanka.
That's what it's about. It's about picking up wickets. Washington Sundar has got a promotion. He usually comes in at 6. Got a half century in the very first game out here in Mirpur. Accumulates his runs. I would like to call him a run thief. He'll keep nudging it around. He'll keep getting his runs. He's out there because Sarfraz didn't get to the 70s. Before Sarfraz got out, I was trying to make the point that Sri Lanka need to attack India all the time because they play spin well. You can take the pace off and play the strangling game against other opposition. But since India plays spin well, you have to keep looking for wickets constantly. Sri Lanka failed, especially when Sarfraz came in.
Well, I think I remember the first ball of the over. The ball before the dismissal was shortish as well, and Sarfraz tried to pull. I think he bottom edged it down to the middle and into the ground. The second one, he tried to pull as well off the front foot, trying to launch himself onto the front foot and play the pull, and Fernando's not slow. That's what I mean. Get a slip in. That's a wide. Well, really? Okay. For height, must be.
Yeah, the calls come from square leg.
I think this is not really. Yeah, this is what he's tried to do. Pulling off the front foot. This one, the wicket ball is shorter and onto the front foot again. It's difficult to control that. So his front foot play is good, but maybe his horizontal bat shot needs some work.
He's also trying to play the field. Mid-off and mid-on were in the circle, whereas there was a square leg in place. Or tight. Needed a direct hit. Hence, he was looking to flat bat it towards mid-wicket or long on. But was it required? Did the situation require that shot? Because India were in control. Is he once again thinking of 300?
I think he's just got into a flow from 2 over to go against his spin and couldn't throttle back. Underestimated the pace of Fernando.
That's the next step in his development. Changing gears.
I like Fernando. He's just a ball of energy. Every captain wants that. 127 for 3.
Game on. This pitch is a good one, and I believe it'll stay good. Yes, there'll be a bit in it for everyone. I believe watching Avesh Khan through the tournament that he'll get something off this pitch later on. And India have good spinners, so I still think 240. 240 will have a good chase in the afternoon. This game will be alive right till the end. Of course, Sanath Jayasuriya, who featured in the 1988 World Cup. Sri Lanka's master blaster, just 2 steps ahead for the trophy. You guys have played an excellent tournament so far. Good luck. Oh, good to see a slip in place.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Of Avishka Fernando.
Come on, Chaya.
Although Sundar has had a quiet tournament, in the Tri-Nation he was outstanding. Charita Salanka, Sri Lankan skipper, into the attack. He was the highest run getter in that Tri-Nation in December. 350s if I remember right, who held this innings, this Indian lower order together.
He's a Richmond College boy, isn't he? Richmond College goal at Sri Lanka. Likes watching cricket, says he liked watching it as a kid. And he likes playing carom and sleeping. Playing carom.
Yeah, that's a great pastime. Just as playing cards, different games, Omi. Carom is very popular in Sri Lanka. For those who don't know, it's a board game where you